Welcome to Focus on Design, a monthly feature in Flowers and Magazine. I'm Rich Salvaggio, AIFD, and today I'm very excited to share some great ideas with you. During this video, we'll share some tips and tricks to help you create this beautiful floral design that uses the Suntory Blue Rose Applause. Suntory is a leading consumer products company with a diverse portfolio from iconic spirits to coffee, bedding plants to Florigine carnations. The first blue roses in the world were named Suntory Blue Rose Applause. The word applause means cheers, and in the language of flowers, blue roses signify dreams come true. Suntory was able to modify roses to produce the blue pigment called delphinidin. Receiving a blue rose applause is a symbol of love. This rose is so new that quantities are currently limited. They are available exclusively from Fresca Farms. Step one for this design, you foam the container. I'm going to do a lot of pave work in it, and I find sometimes it's much easier to draw out on the foam what we're going to do. So my first insertion would be for equisetum. These lines define where the equisetum is going to go. And then we might have some thistle. And so I remember I'll put a T in there for thistle. And then maybe we'll have 2 rows of roses. And then we're just going to have some callas and carnations and greenery. So now that we've labeled it all, now we can start the design. On this step, I'm going to start placing the equisetum, and I want to cut it so it has to have a little bit of a fight to get in there, because that will keep it nice and wedged. We've filled in that line we made in the first step. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the crispidia, and we're going to cut the stems very short, and we're going to start right at the bottom, and we're going to work our way probably about halfway up. The very next thing is we're going to use flax. We're going to cut it, and we're going to fold it back to its natural fold. And we're going to bring it to the end, and I want to stretch it just a little. So I'm going to take these pins, and every once in a while, I'm just going to put a pin down, just to kind of give us a little bit of shininess. And then we're going to cut one more piece, put it in and measure it, cut it, and then we'll pin this row down too. And that's it for these rows. Our next step is to add our beautiful Suntory roses. I'm going to cut them pretty short. I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to start inserting the roses in a straight row. So I'm going to actually make it be too wide now. And you just want to make sure that you've got that foam completely covered. I kind of like this, how it goes to 2. And that's right up to the top of the vase. And so right now, we've got our double row on the top, our single row next to the crispidia. I'm going to take these crispidia 3, and I'm going to put them across for the finishing touch on the top. And I think I want to go more roses here. Our final step in this design is to start filling in the rest of the lines, and bells of Ireland were one of the things we left room for. And I'm going to cut off row after row of the blossoms, and now we start from the top and work our way down. And I'm going to do some carnations up here to break the color. I'm going to go to the bottom, so the foam is completely covered, and there'll be one more thing we're going to add. For the final touch, we're going to take some steelgrass, and we're going to cut it, and then one by one, we're going to insert it into the foam. Now we're going to have to slit. Every time we put the grass in, we have to slit the leaf because the flax is very thick and it won't go through. And that would finish off our design. Thanks for joining us. You can find more free step-by-step videos on our website. Just go to that's flowersand, magazine.com, and click on the digital library link at the top of the page. We look forward to having you visit.